everybody, welcome back to Ludivine Creations. So I wanted to do a kind of a spring themed pour for you today. It's Mother's Day weekend in the UK this weekend, so you know, it'd be a nice kind of soft pastel-y coloured pour. So I will start by doing a 3 cups flip cup pour, but my thoughts are I'm going to leave it to rest for 2, 3, 4 hours and then try to add some balloon kisses later on to add some sort of kind of flowery effect to it, to really bring that theme of spring to the pour. So I have mixed my paints 1-to-1 with my pouring medium. So my pouring medium is 60% glue, 40% water. I'll put 50 grams of paint, 50 grams of pouring medium in there. In a second I will add some silicone oil to the mix to create some nice cells. All my paints here, so I have some medium yellow, some light green, turquoise, obviously white, Syrian blue, light purple and pink, and they are all Montmartre paints. Okay, so I'll just really show you one because they're quite heavy. They're the big 2-litre bottles. So all of them are all Montmartre. So let me add, because I've got 100 grams, I should put really 3 drops of silicone in each. It's about just over 3 ounces, but I don't want to overdo it with the silicone, so I'm just going to put 2 drops in because I've got quite a lot of colours. I've got 7 colours, I think, all in all, and 8 cups. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2 in my colours. So a couple of drops, nothing in the whites because it doesn't make any difference. So I'm just going to quickly stir my silicone in. I like to stir it well. Some people like to just give it a couple of, you know, stirs, but I'm quite conscious. I always think it's going to stick to the sides and it's not going to mix with the paint, so I'm just going for it every time. Then I'll bring one of the cups next to you so you can see the consistency of the paint, and then we'll get layering, pouring, all the fun bit. Saying that though, I do like mixing my paints. Can be tedious at times, especially when you've got quite a few, but I don't mind doing this. I've got my kitchen scales. I do it, you know, by the gram. I'll show them to you in a minute. So let me show you my consistency. Let me come a bit closer. Okay, so here we go. Excuse the grubby hands, I've been mixing paint all afternoon. Right, so there's the consistency. So I'll leave a small amount. Okay, so it's not too thick, it's thinner than for my straight pour mixes. What was I talking about? Yes, my scales, brace yourself. It's basically kitchen scales, as one of my friends call them. They're like drug dealer scales. And basically, as you can tell, they are well used. But all I do all my mixes on there, work everything out in grams, and then yeah, it's nice to have an even consistency then. Okay, so I have my cups, my colours, my silicones in. I better put some gloves on. I know my fingers are already grubby, but you know, glue never comes off, so it's better to wear the gloves. So let's layer. I was contemplating having 4 cups, but I'd rather have maybe 3 well filled. I'm not sure actually. Now I'm seeing them, I'm gonna go with 4. Right, I've got a next, obviously I've got a stash next to me, because I think we need to go with 4. And if I was wrong, well, never mind. Nobody's perfect. Okay, let's start layering the colour. So I've arranged them. I'll put kind of yellow greens together and the blue purple pinks together, separate them with a white. Okay, so let's start layering. So I will do hopefully 2 layers. I hope I've got enough paint. So if you don't want to see me layering, by all means fast forward now. It might take a few minutes. So I'm not drizzling, I'm just, you know, going on the sides. Makes no major difference. I'm just layering them. It's not a problem. Okay, so that was my medium yellow. There's the light green. Oops, that was quite a lot. Okay, turquoise. I hope it will show well enough next to the green. Should be okay. And I separated the turquoise from the cerulean blue by the white, just to bring that contrast because they're quite similar. And obviously you want your cells to have multiple coloured rings, and these colours need to kind of contrast as much as possible. Just makes it a bit nicer. Okay, so that's my second lot of white. So let's go with blue. See, they're quite close, aren't they? The turquoise and the blue, quite similar. Okay, let's grab the purple. Start on this side. So I might end up having one cup much fuller than the others. Don't want that. And I'm only layering them in the same order just for speed, really, because it's slow enough process as it is. If you just had to think every time, oh, what did I do on the other one, etc., just do them in a row. Oops, do them in a row, do them in the same order. Much easier. And even in the same order, layered the same way, etc., they still come out different. So, you know, don't overthink it. You cannot control everything. It's not because you layer 2 cups in exactly the same manner that you will have exactly the same results, same effects. So don't overthink it, enjoy it, and see what the results are. So I'm going for convenience with this. Okay, so let's go back to our yellow. I might just drizzle on top for a change. Okay, let's empty that cup. So that one's the medium yellow. Might also do a lemon yellow, which is very, very, very bright, and it's lovely. It works absolutely amazing next to phthalo blue. They're both semi-transparent colours, so yeah, great colour combination, and the paints, the 2 paints react really nicely with one another, so always a bonus. Okay, let's go with bright green. Oh, that's light green, I think it's called, this one. See, it's really green. It's not like the aqua green, which is like a very light and bright turquoise, kind of with more green tones. I'm not sure actually if the word tones is correct in a technical manner, but you know what I mean. It's more green than blue, but it's still got some blue in it. Oh, I'm making sense? I'm not sure I'm making sense, I'm just rambling. Okay, so there's the green. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. Now the turquoise. Yeah, I think it was a wise decision to have 4 cups, because if I just had 3, they would end up being extremely full, and I might just splatter everywhere as I flip my cup. So that was kind of a last minute rethink, but that was for the best. Let's take a bit of white there, bit there, and let's finish it in the first cup. Syrian blue. And I wanted to say thank you as well to the amazing people who subscribed to my channel this week. I'm really, really grateful. I hope you learned something, or just enjoy watching the videos. Maybe you put everything on silent because you don't like me rambling on in the background. But yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am really, really grateful. You can always follow me on Instagram as well. I put quite a few more pictures and things on Instagram than I do on YouTube. See, there's my Facebook page, Vivian Creations. Same thing, I upload quite a lot of photos and show other things that I do apart from paint pouring. So some alcohol, ink, work, some jewellery, all random creative things that I like doing. And this last 12 months, it's been extremely important for me to do all these things. You know, basically they've kept me sane. So to every single one of you who takes the time to actually watch the videos and comment and like and, or sometimes dislike, thank you for your time. You know, that's the most precious thing that you can ask someone for, you know, their time. So thank you. So just finishing scraping the bottom of that pink, and we will be ready to flip those babies. Let me just get rid of these cups. At least they're not in the way. I'm just going to wipe my hands. Okay, got my torch ready for later. Let me just move them out of the way though, and then I will be able to bring the canvas a little bit closer to me. Should still be centered for you, hopefully. I'll make sure it's still recording before, because I've done that so many times. I think it is. It looks like it is anyway. Okay, let's do this. So, I've got 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm just going to let the paint flow at the bottom. So listen, tap the bottom of your cup. If you have ever baked bread, it needs to sound hollow, like a loaf of bread. So there's a bit of cardboard to catch on the corners. Excuse me, I'll take a sip of my cup of tea while it's running down. Talking makes me thirsty. Oh, that's better. Right, let's see. Yep, so that's ready. Okay. 30 seconds to a minute, that's plenty. So let's flip this Fluffy cup. Look at these colours. Hold on, I'll do the corners in a minute. How pastely and okay. As she says pastely, I've got this bright yellow and bright green. But you know what I mean. I'm usually more of a dark blue kind of colour, you know. I do work a lot with dark colours, so. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So mainly some pink and blue again there. Let me do this corner. And maybe this one. Might as well use a tiny bit of paint left. I'm going to let it run back down bottom of the cup, then I can use it for the bits and pieces, you know, on the edges, just the tiny bits. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, loads of pink in that one. Okie dokie, so there's a side there. Let's do that bottom bit there. Quite a few large air bubbles there. Maybe I stirred my silicone a bit too enthusiastically. But hey, okay, that will do. I've got plenty of paint on there, should be alright. Let me just turn it around just to see if I can reach. Okay, hopefully it's still kind of in the frame. Let me see if I can, just to help the paint flow really. Okay, on the edge. So don't, unless you really want stripes, try not to basically pour your leftovers, because it's going to be really muddy, and so you can see like kind of the effects there. So if you want that in the middle of your the cups that you've flipped, that's fine do it, but that's not what I want, because it does get really stripy at the bottom. Okay, quite a few cells already popping up, multicolored. Oh, there's nice kind of an orangey one. I haven't used any orange. Interesting. Okay, let me move these out of the way so I don't knock anything over. Let's do this. I think I might... No, I'm going to start tilting before I torch. Yes, I'm going to start tilting. Okay. Right, so the area I need to cover first or the most basically is this one. There's more basically white canvas there is on that side. So I will take my paint. So remember, like on a boat, you know, left, right, a slight angle, just to get that paint moving towards where you want it to go to basically. So let me just hold it. Oh, that's a bit heavy. Okay. So I've got a bit of cardboard just to help me not lose too much paint. Once it goes in the corner, I can just catch it and bring it back. So that's not bad. Let me just bring it back towards the middle. Okay. Okay, now I want to go towards that area. I'm just going to hold on to my push pin, hold my bit of cardboard in the corner, thick paper, whatever you've got, you know, at hand. It's, oh, look at, sorry, I've just been distracted by a very multicolored cell. And I'm, this one, sorry. Okay, so bring your paint back roughly in the middle. And now you can torch. I'm just going to turn it around so it's ready to rock and roll towards the other side. Let me straighten the kind of stripes I've got in the middle. So quick wipe off the hands. Look at all these coming up already. Look at these. That's very exciting. Right, torch. to get rid of air bubbles and to bring the silicone up to the surface and create that. One part higher. I don't want to get too close because you can add cells, you can't remove them. So be very wary of this. A lot of air bubbles there. A lot of air bubbles popping up. Move that out of the way. Let's see what's happening with this. Okay. Quite a lot of air bubbles. The cells are not growing too much yet. Need to give them a second. I may retouch because they are tiny. The way to make them big obviously would be for me to remove the paint, which I'll do in a minute. But I've got to think if I want to do this kind of flowery gardening effect with the balloon later on today, maybe I want to keep the cells quite small. No, I'm still going to torch once more, just in case. A good look. Okay, slightly closer, but I'm still about 20 centimeters away from the canvas, about maybe a foot. The flame's nowhere near the paint. I mean, I wouldn't put my hand between the flame and the paint, but you know what I mean, it's so far away from it. Just look, let me show you, if I get too close, I can go somewhere where I will actually tip it over. You get loads of cells coming up, but they're like caterpillars or worms. So that's why we need to stay quite away so you've got individual cells, you know, well-defined cells. You see how reactive it is when I went really close there, but these will hold their shapes. You've got to be careful. So it's better to have smaller ones and stretch them to make them bigger than just going with your torch really close, really hard, get really big cells, and then a couple of hours later they're distorted, and you know, it's all about control in a way. Right, so I better start tilting even, and try to stretch and see what's happening. Okay, so I'll move the weight of the paint back in the middle earlier on before turning my canvas over. So if you see, this area is the first area moving. That's where you can see, oh, it's caught, where the weight of the paint is. So let's go left and right. I don't think I told you about my canvas. It's just a standard, I think it's a 40 by 50 or 30 by 40, I can't remember. But nothing special, you know, just one off. So let me see if I can go over that corner. And while we're here, let's go over this one. But yeah, nothing special about the canvas. They have not stretched very much, have you, cells? Oh, let me just grab a bit of tissue. I do like the colours, and actually it might work quite nicely for the flowers. You want quite a discreet background if you want, you know, your balloon dips, you know, making the kisses and making them look like flowers in a way. My mix was just as always, you know, it was not thicker, so I don't know. Could be the colours, the way I layered them, but I mean, I've done that style and these colours many times before, so I'd be sorry, I'm wiping my hands still. Okay, let me see. There's still quite a lot of paint left there. Let me torch again and try to move a bit more of the paint around, and then I will leave it alone for 2-3 hours. You know, the paint needs to thicken a little bit more so I can do my balloon kisses. So let's much closer than the first lot of torching. But I said it's easier to add rather than remove. You can't remove the cells once you've got them, they're there. But at least you can add more. So okay, so let me think. Still have quite a lot of paint left on there, and I don't want too much paint left to the balloon kisses, so I'm just going to try to tip a little bit more just for good order, and I'm going to come back the same way I went there. Let's see. Oops, let's move this bit of cardboard. No, it's fine. Just checking my corners actually. I don't think I've checked them. There you go. Let me turn around the canvas so I can check this side before leaving it to oh, corner's not done there neither. Terrible. So I hope you can see for the time being. So quite a lot. It's nice in a way from kind of project, if I can call it that way, that I've got mainly green on one half, because that could be the base. So I can use that as being like kind of, you know, the soil, the floor, the grass, whatever, leaves. And then if I concentrate my balloon kisses further up, it will be able to look a bit gardenish, if I can put it that way. So yes, I think the best thing to do is for me to leave it alone for a couple of hours, because if I start using my balloon now, the paint will be too runny and I won't get a good definition. So let me see if I need to zoom you in just for a second. So I hope you can see it's not bad so far. I don't want to overstretch them. I want it to be quite oh, sorry. I want the paint to be the cells, sorry, to be quite demure and, you know, in the background. I don't want them to be the star of the show kind of thing. I want the balloon kisses to do that. So yeah, let's leave it for a couple of hours, and I'll see you guys very soon. See you in a minute. Right everybody, I'm back. It has been just under 2 hours, so the paint had time to rest. So in the meantime I prepared a small balloon. So some people like to basically use air. I fill them up with water because I find them more easily to handle, and I don't need actually to put pressure as such, because the weight of the water is enough to kind of put the pressure. With a I find personally that with a blown one, you know, full of air, I do need to press harder, and sometimes it makes the balloon touch the canvas and you've got some unsightly wide patches. So, but that's just me, you know, it's just a personal preference. So you've seen a few of the cells I've developed. I'm sticking to the idea that's going to be the bottom half of the canvas. So basically I'm seeing it back to front or upside down, whichever one you want to say it. So you're the right way around, but I will concentrate my effects on the half nearer to me. So I've got some tissue paper just to wipe every time you kind of put your balloon down. Make sure you wipe it clean. It's really, really important, because you don't want to put if you just pressed on, let's say, that pink area, then you go on to this one and you kind of contaminate the area, the new area you want to embellish. So yes, I better start doing so. As a priority, go for areas that have, let's say, cells this occasion, that you don't really like too much, that you don't mind kind of losing. Make sure as well, piece of advice, that basically you don't go straight over a cell, you go in between. So let's say we take this area there, I would put the balloon there so it kind of drags different colours from around it. Okay, it's not just taking what's underneath, kind of drags, like sucks in what is around, so you'll have more colours in your petals if you do this. Okay, so let's give it a go. So I'm gonna go, I need to put my money where my mouth is, so I'm gonna start here. So I'm just going, so I'm not really pressing anything. Oh, there was just still a bit too much paint. Look, I kind of had a tail there, so let me just wipe this. Hold on, let me put an additional light on because it's a bit, I don't think the light's not going to make any difference, but it's a bit better. So start again. So let's go towards this area. So there's still quite a lot of paint left on the canvas. Try to go as gentle as I can. So you see when I say try to grab some cells around, because that what also will give you the effects of the petals. I think I can go once more there because it's quite a lot of paint, but don't overdo it. I say a maximum of 3. It's kind of when you have a lot of paint left on the canvas like this one. I couldn't wait longer. Right, that's not very good, but we'll see later. Okay, let's move on to another area. Let's go there between the orange and pink. So quite a lot of paint left again. Oh, that's nice colours there. So I'm just wiping on my kitchen paper the underneath as much as I can. And number 2 there. That's nice petals, so hopefully if it sticks roughly as it is, I'll be happy. Let me try to add, I know I shouldn't go, but I've got plenty of paint, but I shouldn't go really 4 times over the same area. But I'm just going to try once more. No, that's just doomed. Right, let's move on. Let's try another one in between these 2 colours. Let me just wipe the balloon a bit better. And lift it straight. Bit of a wipe. Another one. That's a bit better. That's lovely. Okay, and a quick wipe. Try. You need to wipe every time you use it. Okay. Let's try there. Still quite a lot of paint left there. Maybe I could have removed a bit more, but you know. Or let it kind of thicken as it's drying. That was too keen. So go. Press a little bit harder, so that's number 3. Okay, about this. I've just realised I'm doing kind of a, not really supposed to have patterns, you know, it's got to look natural and kind of random, but then we just can't help it. If you not realise, you create patterns in what you do. Okay, so I've got to stop there on this one because I nearly touched the canvas there. Let me try to do a little one there, baby one. So if I press less, obviously less surface of the balloon will touch the canvas, and the overall diameter of the flower, if I can put it that way, will be a bit smaller. I'm not happy with that. I'm just moving about 1/4 inch on the side. That should hopefully settle itself there. So what else do we need? Something. I'm going to put one there. Wiping my balloon. I do like it. I'm going to stick with it. Got that really weird alien face facing me there. Is it balanced? Let me just look from the other way, from the other sides. What do you reckon, guys? A bit more. Try not to go too close to the edges because you definitely catch the canvas then, and so always, if you can, stay away from the edges. That's from experience. Maybe I'm a bit too heavy-handed, but it usually messes all up. One more there. Let's try to see if I can remove. That's a bit better. Okay, I really like that, so I don't want to spoil it. I might just put a squidgy one there. Hardly touching it, you know, I'm not pressing down or anything because I want a slightly smaller one, but I said the weight of the paint, the weight of the water anyway is doing all the job for me, so all the work. Okay, any of them need another bit of a squish? Let's try this one. No difference. Let's try to go slightly there. I think it's, I hope that kind of settles down there because that's the only bit that really I'm not happy with, but everything else I'm fairly happy with. So let me just turn it around so I can see in a way the right way around what it looks like. Right, let's see. Yeah, I think there's enough there. We don't need to drag something underneath each one just to show my stems. I don't know if it's going to make much difference. No, I better not. Okay, let me bring you closer. Here we go, guys. So what do you think? I like it very much. So as I said, I kept the bottom half kind of balloon kisses free, so especially because there was a lot of green there, so that really helped. That worked out very nicely. And yeah, I still had a bit too much flowing paint there to do kisses, but I couldn't wait. But maybe I should have waited another 3-4 hours, I don't know. I only waited 2, but you know, there's still nice flowers, nice effects. Let me just go to that one's a bit squished actually. These two look lovely. What's on that half? So that top half there, you know, it does work, doesn't it? And obviously the cells just on the flip cut pour cells, several colours, you know, multi rings, multicolored. So yeah, very happy. So I hope you enjoyed it. You're going to give it a go, and thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye for now.